A rope, a few unknown minutes and goodbye for life. This is the worst and stupidest thing to do. Oh, I think about it. After attaching the rope, the brain is desperately crying out for oxygen. But even though there is oxygen in the world under the intense pressure of the rope, you can't take it anymore. For example, when someone falls into a turbulent sea, waves and water are crashing around them, but there is no hope of finding relief anywhere. A few seconds before attaching the rope, the head says, "Okay, handle it." But after attaching the rope, the brain understands the danger is real. At that moment, the brain no longer understands any philosophy, does not calculate any suffering. It only gives one signal: I want to breathe. Now, this desire is so intense that when a person survives later, he says the decision at that moment was the biggest mistake of my life. This is the last cry of life. 2. After hanging, the heart becomes irregular. This moment is very scary. Why is it scary? For example, during a sudden danger, the heart starts beating like a broken rhythm, sometimes very fast. It will burst, but it will not go away. Sometimes it will stop, but it will not stop. So is Ely, for example. When you suddenly lose your little darling child on the road, your heart beats so hard that you have to hold your hand on your chest. Now imagine, after losing a child, the heart is many times more afraid than the heart beating. At that time, your heart is no longer under your control. You just want to try to survive, but you can't. 3. The nervous system collapses in panic. What kind of feeling is this? This is the feeling when the body says, run, but the legs don't listen. The head says, do something, but the body becomes paralyzed. Many people describe this situation as I was trapped inside my own body. It is more a complete overload of the nervous system than courage. When the intense survival signal inside the body is activated at that moment, the body does not tell you you are a failure, your life is worthless. The body says, you want to live, you want to live, you want to live. And this is the most brutal truth, the decision that is made to die. The body then tries with all its might to just survive. This conflict is terrible. If you die in this terrible outcome, the police will come, there will be a post-mortem. What could be worse than this? Islam has a severe punishment for the murderer. The Prophet said, whoever kills himself, he will be punished on the day of judgment with the same deed. Sahih Bukhari and Muslim in the hereafter. The same thing you commit suicide will be repeated in the hereafter. This is not a temporary punishment. This is a repeated, continuous humiliation and pain, the result of a decision made in a moment of despair. You will be in eternal punishment, which has no end, no break, and you have closed the way to paradise with your own hands. In another hadith, the Prophet said, whoever kills himself will not enter paradise. Sahih Muslim. Think for a moment, a lifetime of worship, faith, prayer, and fasting, and the door to everything will be closed with one decision. How terrible do you think it would be? In Islam, natural death is dignified, but suicide leads straight to hell. The suffering of this world limited changes with time and eventually ends, but the punishment of the hereafter is unlimited, timeless, and endless. Does a wise person choose eternal suffering while escaping temporary suffering? Remember, patience ends one day, but the punishment of suicide has no end. Now listen carefully. Yes, I am telling you, the person who did not break down one. There was a time in the life of all successful people when they did not have money, their loved ones did not believe them, and then their faith in themselves gradually disappeared. Yet they did not die, they did not give up. That is why they are successful today. In fact, failure is not the end, it is preparation. Many people think my life may be over, but no, life does not end like this. Life only changes phases. The person who lost today is the biggest competitor in the fight tomorrow if he gets up. The boy who worked on the street is an entrepreneur today. The failed student is a successful coach today. The divorced woman tries for the second time today and is happy with a new family. The most neglected person in the family is everyone's hope today. The reason they were alive, they did not give up trying. You have come to the end of this video. What are you thinking? No, I will not leave you like this. Let me and you promise. Oh Allah, no matter what happens in life, we will never step on this wrong path. Right. Inshallah.